Welcome everybody. I told you that I would show you this amazing succulent, mother of thousands. It's also known as devil's backbone, ironically. What is so fascinating about it is these little babies that are at the edge of the leaves that form. And they will form their own roots even on the leaf itself. And when they're ready, they will then drop, which you can see all the babies that have already been that have already dropped on the counter. And I put all of them in the pot so I can repot them. That one that I was touching right there has already rooted. Quite a few of these have already got roots on them. So I have a few jars, a few shot glasses, and I've got some cactus mix that I put a little bit of sea kelp in, watered it really well, and I'm going to just pot this up, and I'm going to put the babies on top here to propagate this plant. Now this plant I got several years ago. It's a really tiny succulent, and it's been in the same pot I think for the last 3 to 4, well, it's been about 4 years, and it's produced several babies. But this last time that it grew up high, it produced many, and so many of them fell on the windowsill. And of course I had forgotten about it. I hadn't watered it. It holds much of its water and moisture in its leaves, like most succulents do. And when I realized that I had left it in one of the hottest windows in the house, I went because I was worried that I had killed it. Now, truth be told, quite a few of the leaves that were on the main stem had turned to paper, but the babies were still alive. Some of them were still hanging on for dear life. Others had fallen off onto the windowsill. But all of them remained green, regardless of the fact that they hadn't been watered or sprayed. Some of them were in the process of losing their roots. So I'm not sure whether or not they will reroot. So some of the ones that I'm going to be potting up here in a variety of these containers will have roots, and some will not. Let's see here. There's really a lot in here. I'm going to have to pick through some. Again, there's one there that has already rooted and started growing. Oh, I see one that's got a little bit of a root that's sticking out. And I'm going to just be looking for some of those, and I'm going to just gently put it on top. Like I said, I've already watered, moisturized, moistened, I guess is the right word, this medium. And I'm going to, previously when I've done this, it is best to only put one in a jar. But, you know, that I don't have that many jars. And so I thought what I would do is just put a few in some. I'm also going to experiment by putting, kind of blanketing the top of one of my jars too. And I will just set these downstairs next to the aquarium and spray them every once in a while. One thing to note about this plant, if you ever do get it, I'm planning on selling these eventually because they're kind of hard to find, but I do want you to know that everything about this plant is toxic. So it's very important if you've got animals that like to nibble on your plants, like cats in particular, although I will tell you that my cats don't care at all about this plant, and even hasn't bothered any of the babies that were on the windowsill. But it is toxic. It looks like I may have dropped a few on the floor. Sorry about that. Last thing you want to see is my painful feet. But so you know, if I would have taken better care of it, the leaves might have been more lush. It looks rather interesting with this long stalk. I think it's quite fascinating when you look at it from the top, because it almost looks like Seymour from the from that play. I'm trying to remember what that play was called. So I'm going to go ahead and pot quite a few of these up and see how they do. I'm going to get rid of some of the really dried up ones that have already left us. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned as we try to grow these and propagate these. Fascinating stuff. Again, devil's backbone, mother of thousands. See you in the next video.